So I was actually proven quite wrong for the main event. Now I thought obviously Jamahal Hill was gonna win, just because when you look at Alex Pereira's fight with Yuri Prochazka, although there's an argument to the fight being stopped early with the mount pull, I still see why they called that fight off when they pulled mount. When Yuri pulled mount on Alex Pereira, excuse me. But it always was like, after Pereira won that belt, I was just like, how long is he going to keep it? I think it's still a case-by-case basis, and it depends on who he faces next at light heavyweight. Now, he did prove a lot of people wrong with Jamahal Hill. Hill had really awesome grappling against Glover Teixeira, of all people. Hill's a lot better than people like to let on. So you're probably going to be counting Alex out, especially when you realize for a UFC basis, his ground game isn't as squared away as other long-term mixed martial artists. Because he's a kickboxer at heart, but he's a very good kickboxer. And I remember when I made the prediction, as long as Pereira does not sleep on Jamahal Hill, he still has a puncher's chance. And he had a puncher's chance. He uppercutted the ever-living shiznit out of Jamahal Hill. And Hill obviously has gotten humbled. He'll be back. He just needs to pick the right target. Maybe Alexander Rakic versus Jamahal Hill might be next. Rakic did do pretty good against Yuri Prochazka in the first round of their fight. So I would actually see that as a good comeback fight, because Rakic could win that, Hill could win that. But Yuri came out on top of his fight, and he wants to fight for the belt. But is he ready to fight for the belt again? Yay and nay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the UFC granted him an immediate title shot, as long as they are still holding how Ankalaev handled his draw in his title fight with Jan Blachowicz. So if they're trying to still keep that guy down, even after he just knocked out Johnny Walker, it's pretty safe to say that they're probably going to give Yuri Prochazka a title fight. Rematch, so they can try and right the wrongs. But, in my opinion, which obviously the UFC just doesn't care about, I really would like to see Yuri Prochazka versus Ankalaev, because those two are definitely the ones up for a number one contender spot. Magomed just defeated Johnny Walker. And then Yuri just defeated Alexander Rakic. Johnny Walker has improved leaps and bounds, but I just don't think he's ever going to be at that championship level of MMA. I think he's just kind of at that top five. He's a lot better than he used to be. I remember when he was had a lot of hype behind him, and then Corey Anderson derailed the hype train, and people were just kind of like, how good really is Johnny Walker? But Johnny Walker improved. He's just not, he's not him, for lack of a better term. And Alexander Rakic, coming off of an injury that nasty, and still giving Yuri Prochazka a little bit of trouble, I think that says that Yuri just needs to work on a little things, because I want the best version of these guys coming towards the title when it comes time to collect. Now, I'm not going to sleep on Alex Pereira anymore after knocking out Jamahal Hill like that. In fact, I'm probably going to be betting for Alex Pereira if he's fighting Yuri Prochazka. I'm going to have a reasonable doubt if he fights Magomed Ankalaev. But apparently he's talking about moving to heavyweight, which I still think is a bad idea. Because he might be a really good light heavyweight, but you go against Tom Aspinall for anything heavyweight, dude. Tom moves faster than a lot of the light heavyweights you have faced. So you might be able to uppercut Jamahal Hill, but will you be able to catch Tom Aspinall, who's bigger, faster, got better ground game? I think it's safe that he stays at 205. A lot of these people like to punch up weight and weight and weight, and I get it. When you're a fighter, you have that mentality of, I want to see how high I could go. But sometimes that mentality could come back crashing down and bite fighters in the booty. But since I got proven wrong tonight, I won't be surprised if I'm proven wrong again. But I think just currently right now at the landscape, I'm looking at things. We'll see where things go. But I really want to see Prochazka versus Ankalaev for a number one contender spot. And then winner faces Pereira for the belt. But I think Magomed might beat Yuri just because of the ground game. And then Magomed comes and pride claims that belt and learns from his mistakes. Doesn't try and stand and trade because Pereira is going to give Magomed serious problems. But that's what I think. Great main event. I got some other videos to slam out. Moving on. Thank you. Peace.